Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me on my special Christmas edition of my monthly online calls I like to do to be able to help everyone out and add some value and tips and tools and education information when it comes around your health and your journey and your wellness and the path you're on and trying new things and discovering it all. It's what it's all about, right? It's a journey. We call it that for a reason. So thank you for joining. As I said previously before we popped into record mode, it is a really busy time of the year, so I do appreciate everybody hopping online tonight. It is from the comfort of your home though, so you can't really complain, can you? So just before I get started, if you do have any questions at all throughout this, there is a chat section, and if you just want to pop it in there, I'll either try and get to it as I'm going or at the end have some time to answer it, and maybe even if anyone wants to hop off mute at the end as well, answer a few questions. So yeah, just pop it in the chat section. If there's anything that you would like for me to privately see, you just switch to me. And then of course, as I said, this will be recorded. It is in record mode, and then it'll be available via my website if you ever want to go back or send it on to anyone that missed tonight. So I think everyone on here knows who I am, but just in case you don't, my name is Carla Thomas. By work, by Shama, some of you might know me by my married name. So I'm a holistic counsellor in mind body medicine. I studied through Endeavour College and Life Academy, both in Perth, WA. My background is originally as a dancer. I danced all my life growing up, and then I went into the path of health and nutrition. My own journey took me there. I'm not really going to go into that too much tonight, but if that's something that does interest you, again, you can find all of that on my website, which is www.carlathomas.com.au. I've worked with the Juice Plus company now for 7 years as a rep for them. I absolutely love the company. I adore them, and I love what I've been able to do working alongside that company. I'm an NMD with that company. Doesn't mean much other than I've been around for a long time and I've done some pretty cool things with them. Whoever popped on, that's Dave. Popping you on a mute, mate. What else can I tell you about me? Oh, I have been affiliated with the I Quit Sugar program that was founded by Sarah Wilson, if anyone knows that, for the past 3 years, which has been amazing. I am an expert panelist as part of their online program and an affiliate, obviously, with all the books and the ebooks alike. I think that's pretty much it. Not much else to me. As I said, have a look at my website if you want to find out more. But the purpose of tonight really was to be able to share with you pretty much the tips that I use myself over Christmas. And I've had a few clients or people reach out to me a little bit worried over the silly season. Does anyone else feel like that? Raise your hand. You get a little bit worried about how you're going to get through, and Dave's hand is up. If you're going to survive, and how you're going to sort of keep to that great health routine that maybe you've been on during that time. And look, I've struggled with it myself, but I've found that these steps have really helped me over the past few years. So if you can help you guys out in any way and add value, then fantastic. And that's really the point of tonight, all right? So let's all be honest with ourselves. Who kind of lets the silly season be an excuse for letting go of their health, whether in the past or now? Yeah. Let's all be, we all tend to do that, right? So, we'll maybe stop exercising around that time or doing a bit less of it, indulging a little bit more and telling ourselves that it's okay, and just making a little bit more unhealthy choices. Maybe weight gain is something we also tell ourselves, that's normal, that's cool to happen around Christmas as well, yeah? See some smiles and smokes. Might not have been brave enough to put our hand, but the face says it all right? So it's okay. There's no judgment here, guys. It's a safe place to share. I'm going to be completely vulnerable with you guys in this as well. Okay, so yeah, Christmas is absolutely a time to relax. We're going to enjoy more food and drink. That is inevitable. Okay, so just deal with that now. Don't try and fight it. It's going to happen, but it is just one day. Maybe 2 if you count Boxing Day, maybe 3 if you do Christmas Eve, but 1 to 3 days max. It is not the entire month of December, okay? So just remember that. You don't need to drag it out for any other reason. So if your story has always been, I'm going to start in the new year, next year, it's all going to happen for me, I'll get back into it then, it's all going to happen in January, everything's going to change, but for now I'm just going to let go. You know, it's okay to, as I said, just put on those few extra kilos or pounds wherever you're coming in from and just relax. I'm going to ask you to divorce that story. It doesn't serve you. Divorce that story now, and let's make this the year that you create a new story for yourself, one that's beneficial for your health and one that serves you, okay? It's never too late. You just have to make that choice, and hopefully with these steps and the tips that I'm going to share with you tonight, that's going to give you that support system and that guidance that you need to create and marry that new story, okay? So all I've done is, I said, I put a simple list together. I follow these. They've worked for me. Maybe they'll work for you. Maybe it's just some of them. Maybe you won't like any of them. That's totally cool. But I'm here to share. Just keep an open mind. The point of this is for you to be able to enjoy Christmas, guys, but without going mad, okay? So, and not completely letting go of all the other, you know, great health approaches that you already might have in place. So these are in no particular order whatsoever, right? The first step I'm going to share with you on our 12 steps to Christmas is just to make the commitment, okay? It all begins with your mindset. If you're already telling yourself now that it's all over Christmas, you're letting everything go and everything you know about health is going out the window, then guess what's going to happen? But if you make the commitment to go, do you know what? I'm going to put some plans in place. I'm going to be organized, and I'm going to make it a non-negotiable to do those few things that are going to allow me to, yes, as I said, enjoy Christmas, but also feel good about myself throughout at the end of it, then it's more likely that you're going to see them through. So make the commitment to begin with. Create a positive commitment. The important thing as well is why you want to be able to commit to those steps. So you've got to attach the outcome, okay, and the why with the desire and the action. That's the only way that the two are going to come together, okay? So you've got to connect the two. There's got to be a reason why you're going to do this all the time. And I'll share a little bit with you why I make these steps a non-negotiable. Okay, so the second step I'm going to share is get moving. Every single day, whether it's like 20 minutes minimum, but move every single day. It makes such a difference to every other choice that you're going to make throughout the silly season. So whether you're at home or whether you're traveling away over the Christmas period, whether you do it outdoors or indoors, let's be honest, even whoever just popped on, there we go. You don't even need any equipment, to be honest, to exercise. All we need is our legs. How good is that? So whatever you like to do, I know that when I fly over back to my husband's home, I go running in the morning with his mum and sisters who kick my butt because it's, you know, country and hills and all the rest. But I go and I get outdoors and I do it with them. When I'm at home, you know what? The gym's generally open. I like to do classes or do my own thing, so I can still hop in there. We use this excuse of everything's shut. No, it's not. Everything's not shut. Otherwise, get outside. Inside as well, if you like to follow someone, download some stuff online, download videos, get DVDs that you can follow. I like, for instance, one of the classes I like to do is CX Works, okay, it's part of the Les Mills line of classes that they do. So what I've done and have for a while is one of my own CX resistance bands. So whenever I travel, I can take it with me, and even at home. I've been doing them for long enough that I know a lot of the routines sort of on top of my head anyway, that I can just make them up at home. So there's always ways to do something if we want to. You've just got to make the decision, all right? So just get active, and I'm going to encourage you to do it first thing in the morning. Because let's be honest, as soon as the day starts, it's become smaller and smaller, that window of opportunity that we're likely to have that energy to want to get up and at it, especially once the food and the alcohol starts coming on, right? So I would highly encourage you to just get up and do it as you get out of bed. And importantly, because as I said, it's going to set your tone for the day and your decisions, all right? So that's what I like to do. Also, the other thing too is it energizes you, it gets your digestive system going, and as I said, it's also more likely that you're not going to put on any unwanted kilos. Even if you do indulge that little bit more on certain parts of the silly season, if you just get moving, you'll at least stay where you are, you know? So I highly encourage you to just get moving every day. The third step is to start your day off with a healthy, nourishing, balanced breakfast, okay? We should be doing this on any day of the week, regardless if it's the silly season, but in particular during this time. So what this actually does is it's going to lead to less indulgence later in the day. Again, it's setting the tone and your intention for the day. So please don't make that mistake of, I'm going to starve myself and not eat anything for breakfast and wait till Christmas lunch because you think that means that you're going to save on calories. What's actually going to happen is you're going to slow your metabolism down. You're going to get super, super hungry and starving, and then you're going to overeat at lunch. So just start off, whether it's a small breakfast because you don't want to go too big at all, but have something that's balanced and nourishing. So it could be some eggs and avocado. It could be a shake or a smoothie. Smoothie is a great one to have. It might just be some fruit with nuts and chopped yogurt. That's really easy, especially if you're busy prepping for the rest of the day. But just have something that's going to keep you going until lunch. If you are having lunch, obviously if you're having Christmas dinner or whatever, then make sure you eat, lunch through the day. So definitely start off with breakfast. Do not skip it, even if it's just light. Okay, have something. Unless Christmas breakfast is what you're having. Well, that's another deal. Then go lighter in the day afterwards. Okay. So step number 4 is water. Please stay hydrated over the silly season. First thing in the morning, have a good big glass of water with some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Throughout the day, sip on water that's got apple cider vinegar in it. Okay, what this is going to do is help balance your blood sugar, especially with apple cider vinegar. It's actually known to decrease your appetite and help with weight loss. And also it's going to be allowing your body to detoxify and get rid of toxins and aid your digestion. Okay, so they're 2 of my tricks. Again, I do those on an everyday basis, but more than ever over this silly season, I encourage you to take up those habits. And if you are going to have alcohol, and again, let's be honest, most of us are, right? Do not forget about our beautiful friend H2O. And just make sure you're having a bit of that throughout the day and in between the drinks as well, okay? Because we all know that alcohol, a little too much of it can also lead to some more poor food choices. And you only have to touch base with the owners of the kebab shops and ask them what their busiest time of the day is. And I guarantee they're going to say it's between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. And that's for a reason, right? Everyone's drunk and everyone's hungry. So make sure that you're sipping on water so that you don't allow yourself to go too far, okay? It also helps with waking up the next day a lot fresher. Okay, number 5. Guys, it's Christmas, as I've said before. There is going to be lots of food. There is going to be alcohol. There is going to be dessert. So have your indulgent moments, choose them, but also have your healthier varieties available. And I think that's really the key. When we have no other option and we don't want to miss out and it's in front of us, it's a lot harder not to go for those poorer choices. But when you have available, say, for example, loads of salads and vegetables as well, good quality protein, whether that's your fish and seafood, your turkey, a bit of Christmas ham, whatever it might be, then, at least you've got the option to load up on all of that. Same with water. If you don't want fizzy and sugary drinks, which, if you ask me, shouldn't be on the table anyway, go for maybe some coconut water, got some flavour. Maybe go for some sparkling water, so it's got a bit of fizz, or kombucha, so you're kind of getting that taste without going that wrong Coke and Fanta, whatever fizzy drink kind of way. And keep in mind, I'm hoping normally, we wouldn't actually just eat a plate of turkey or a plate of ham. So don't treat Christmas any differently. Go the balanced option and load up 60, even 70% of beautiful vegetables and salads that you have available. Then have your 30% of protein, whatever that might be, if you do eat meat or seafood, and, have those good fats in there. Okay, that's going to allow you to, still eat and enjoy that food, but feel satisfied and on a good level. So crowd out with the good stuff. And same goes for dessert. Don't trick yourself into thinking I'm going to hold back here and save myself for dessert. Crowd out and load up. You're more better off to do it with your main spread in a balanced way, and then enjoy a little bit of dessert on the side later, okay? So, again, any questions, guys, just pop it up in the chat. But so far, can I get a thumbs up? Is everything going good? Perfect. All right. Number 7. Oh, No, I skipped. I put two things together. Okay, so number 6 was have healthy options. Number 5 was have healthy options available. Number 6 will create out the cravings, but I kind of interspersed the two. But the one thing that I left out is when it does come to desserts, same thing. Have a healthy variety available. There's probably going to be Christmas pudding and different kinds of cakes and biscuits, but why can't you bring along maybe something that everybody can enjoy? It can inspire them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, full of sugar, loaded with flour and unhealthy. So what I'm going to recommend, for example, what I'm giving to my clients at the moment, I'm suggesting is to get on board with the Juice Plus chocolate complete shakes. The reason being chocolate, again, Christmas time, generally inevitable, but there's so much you could do with them apart from just having them on their own or utilizing them in a smoothie. You can also use them in lots of raw desserts and treats. So we currently have, if you are a part of the Juicy movement, we have the raw dessert ebook available with Clean Christmas edition, loads of different ideas to choose from. And if you are currently using the Juice Plus Complete or you would like to, then you are able to get a hold of this free ebook and utilize the recipes. So I can tell you now, I am going to be utilizing this. I have a Christmas party to attend this Saturday, and even though it's been completely catered for, I'm still going to be coming with one of the recipes from there, hopefully inspiring all the ladies to go, what is in that? And I'm hosting Christmas lunch, and I have my sister-in-law doing the traditional pudding, but I'm also going to put in a few, you know, homemade chocolates and something else from there as well. So those options are there, okay? So the thing that I love about that is that it's also, how good does it feel to know that you can have a dessert but that it's nourishing? You know, it's that guilt-free feeling, and I think that's really nice and important, all right? Just checking if everyone's on mute. Perfect. So that was my 2 steps there. And if you want to know more about the raw dessert ebook and the complete shakes at all, please send me a private message, or whoever invited you on the call tonight should be able to help you and ask them out, all right? People part of the Juicy movement on here. Okay, so number 7, have a nap. How cool does that sound? Have a nap. I really do recommend this over Christmas because it can actually be quite stressful. We can work ourselves into a frenzy. Has anyone ever felt that or feel that at all? Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I'm feeling a little bit now. It's probably why I'm putting Christmas to the side at the moment, okay? So especially if you're the one that's organising and hosting everything. You know, you've got to prep, you've got to cook, you've got to play host, you've got to entertain, you've got to wipe up everything after yourself. I'm already getting in a frenzy. So I need a nap. So have a nap. It's actually a really good thing to do. Take some time out, maybe relax, read a book. And I encourage you to do this if, you know, you are doing Christmas breakfast, brunch or lunch. Do it afterwards. Because what it actually does is it sets the tone to say mealtime's over and time to relax, time to digest all the food and just finish that eating process. And it allows you that time to recalibrate, okay? So have a nap and have it guilt-free. I'm not the greatest at taking naps. I'm very lucky that I'm married to somebody that can snap of the finger. So I get that. He lies down. I'm like, okay, me too. So just, if you can, get some time on the couch and away from everything. Number 8 is get active as a family, okay? That could be, as I said before, I go for family runs with my sister-in-laws and my mother-in-law if I'm away. Often when we do Boxing Day at his auntie's house, we'll be in the pool. We might head down to the park for a bit. I try to get to the beach because I love the beach in the summertime. How lucky are we here in Australia if you're there? So do it as a family. You know, you can be kicking a footy in the backyard or playing cricket, whatever it might be, and break out the day as well, because it can be quite a long day, yeah, and we find that we can get quite tired and all the rest of it. So it's a great way to spend time together as a family, because that's what Christmas is about. It isn't just about food and sitting around eating food. It's also about just doing things together, even board games. I know that sounds really stupid, but again, that's something we find really funny to do at night, because especially if we've had a couple of tipples, because we don't really do that as adults anymore, you know? So have a bit of fun with it and get outside together. As I said, especially in the Aussie sunshine, it's just a no-brainer, okay? Take some time out. Now, as much as we love spending time with our loved ones and family, right, it can often feel a little bit crowded and noisy. We just need some peace and quiet. So This is a little different to taking a nap. This is about going to do something for yourself. Now, for me, that might mean getting lost in a book or a gossip magazine. That might be going for a stretch, or especially a yoga class. God, thank God for yoga over Christmas. It might be mapping out some goals for 2017. And you know, it might be materialistic. That is totally cool, whatever floats your boat. Maybe it is going shopping for you this time, but do something that allows you to regroup. It's okay to do that, okay? And I know I will be doing that so I don't end up a flailing mess by the end of Christmas as well, all right? Number 10, okay, coconut water. Now, hydration. Between the alcohol and if you're in Australia, the hot weather, it's so important, as I said, to stay hydrated. So the good thing with coconut water is it's full of electrolytes, okay? So this is actually really great for helping with preventing or getting over hangovers, okay, because it rehydrates you at just that quicker level. So a glass or two on its own. Maybe you're going to use some coconut water in your breakfast smoothie or shake if that's going to be the way that you're going to start your day, or just throughout the day as well. You know, it's a fantastic option, okay. And I'll let you in a little secret. I don't know if anyone saw, I was in Bali a few weeks back and I was sipping on a giant coconut. Now, that one was completely clean, but what I have had on holidays in the past, and what is actually a great alcohol idea, is coconut water and some vodka. Just as a greater, healthier option, if you want to have something to drink. The reason being, we know that alcohol dehydrates us and coconut water rehydrates us. So you're kind of combating the two, and it works really well together. So just a tip for you, it's quite delicious. Throw a little bit of mint and lime there, and you're good to go. I'm hoping I'm going to be seeing lots of pics now over the Christmas of you guys doing that. Please do. Post them up and tag me. Step number 11 is sleep, all right? This is a really crucial one because we know that sleep does affect our choices. So getting a good night's rest is going to set you up for the steps that I've already been covering throughout this online Zoom. So I'm going to encourage you to try and stick to your usual sleep pattern or routine. So whatever time you normally go to bed at night or rise in the morning, it's actually going to help for you to avoid feeling tired and fuzzy. Now, if you've had a really big few days and you need to listen to your body one day and just allow it to sleep in, go for it. I 100% believe sometimes we need to do it, and we really surprise ourselves what we can do when we relax in that way. But for most of the time, if you just stick to that, you'll find you're able to stick to the other steps in your usual healthy routines as well, and not make the excuse that you didn't have time to get outside and exercise or have a nice, breakfast to start the day, yeah? I also recommend not eating 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep at night. Try and finish up earlier. The reason being, too much food, and especially not digested, and alcohol, if you throw that in the mix as well, and if you are having some desserts and things, it does affect your sleep. Has anyone ever felt that before, where they've eaten really late or had a lot and gone to bed at night and you just don't feel settled, yeah? And it does affect you. It's not great. So try and avoid, eating any close to 2 to 3 hours out from going to bed. And, if we do have bad sleep, we all know this, it affects the quality of our choices, right? We're more likely to make poor choices the next day. So that's a big one, getting that good rest over the holiday season. And finally, step number 12, this is my big tip, whole food supplementation, okay? So as much as I'm encouraging ways for you to be able to still get lots of fresh produce and fruit and veg into your day over the silly season, at the end of the day, especially if you're not the one cooking or you're away, you are likely to miss out on more quality nutrition, okay? And that means serves of fruits and vegetables. So you want to load up on a good quality whole food supplement. And the one that I recommend is Juice Plus. And the reason why I recommend Juice Plus is because that has been my supplement of choice for the past 7 years, okay? I absolutely stand by it, and I know that during any particular holiday season, whether it's Christmas, whether it's long weekends, whether it's Easter, I actually double up the recommended daily dose just to ensure that my body is getting what it needs and not getting run down. Because the worst thing as well is when you're trying to enjoy it is to actually sometimes we've had so much going on in the lead up to Christmas that when we stop, we crash. Has anyone ever felt that before, when we just let go and then your adrenals just stop pumping and you can crash? So it's so important because you don't want to feel ill and run down during that time. So it also allows me, or I feel it does help me wake up fresh, especially if I take it before going to bed. And again, if you've had a few tickles, because what it does, where do the word tickles come from? Who have I been around lately? Especially, I don't know where that's come. Ignore it. It's very English, isn't it? So Game of Thrones, I don't know. Anyway, I'm off track. So it helps me wake up basically feeling fresher. I find it can help prevent, feeling a little bit the next day or hangover, because it's working its magic overnight, yeah? And it's helping my body detoxify any of that food and alcohol while I sleep. And my family find the same thing. And any friends that I recommend, or if I'm like, here, take this, they're like, I feel a bit fresher this morning than usual. So it's great for that. And, it's one thing, let's face it, no matter what ends up happening, if you try to stick to all these principles and you have a day where it all goes out the window, at least you know that you've done this for yourself. Yeah? So it's just another way of ensuring that you're backing up your nutrition, it's your foundation, and, throw that within using the complete shakes as well as part of your breakfast or with the treats, and you're really doing some good favours for yourself quite easily. So there we have it. Pretty simple, right? There's not a lot to it. It's not hard. It's not regimental. They're just some simple things that I have found really have helped me survive the Christmas period and allow me to walk out not feeling like I've disappointed myself, not feeling guilty, not feeling exhausted, not feeling about my body or anything like that. And, I'm being honest with you, because we do and we can feel this, and I think it's important to share as well. So Beck, what have you popped in there? We've been going for walks to see Christmas lights. Awesome. So that's a great family excursion and way to get out and about in the evenings. I love that. Thank you for that suggestion. I'm sure that's going to help some other people that have popped on tonight. I'm just going to pop gallery view on. Now, before I finish up, does anybody have any questions that they'd like to share, or does anyone have any shares that has worked for them that they would like to pop in the comments or unmute yourself?
No share?
Yep, there's Lee. Go for it.
I just want to say that I've basically started incorporating it in every day, like walking to school and gym, and if I'm not going to the gym, even saving money, I could be going, and just sort of fitting in exercise with the kids and interacting with them more as a result. Mm-hmm. I find it, it's the exercise thing for me is always the one I struggle with a bit, and I just trying to keep on top of that,
Perfect.
Yeah. But it's really helped a lot, yeah.
You're in a swimming pool. I'm like, stop, I'm jealous. Thank you so much for that.
It's fun for the kids as well. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what it's about, doing it together. Yeah. Thank you. I'll just pop you on mute now. Anyone else? Is there anything else that anyone would like to share at all? I think that's all. All right, no worries. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for popping on tonight. Has that been helpful and valuable for those? If you could just, brilliant. That's what it's all about. As I said, these are just the tips that have worked for me, and if they happen to work for you, I would love to know about it. Please feel free to contact me or tag me during the Christmas period with anything that you've made, any activity, anything that you feel. I would love any feedback that you have felt this has made a positive effect for you at all. So I'm just going to end this now and stop recording.